on the field, because we have heard about policies, implementations, ideas, but I'm focused on us young people who are here, making the case that we young people who are here are able to hear this discussion, participate, yet we are able to go to the grounds and implement projects on the grounds. So this is lessons from the field. Now this project, Attack the Flood, is coming as a result of the fact that anytime it rains in my community, Ghana, just for 2 hours, it gets flooded. And the question is, what can I do? What can young people do? Next slide. So I mobilized a group of young people and we raised support because the flood issues is perennial. The concerns are that locals are not prepared to fight this crisis, and there's lack of coordinated effort among other things. Next slide. And for this project, I don't want you to take my words for it. That is out there, the pictures you see. Cars, houses, people are facing this crisis. The evidence is before you. So my focus on this project was to address this challenge as a young person. Next slide, please. And you can see BBC reporting. Now, these are the impact of the crisis in my community. Unemployment, widening the inequality gap, destructing infrastructure, among other things. Next slide, please. So what did we do? We intended and we mobilized community support, stakeholder engagement, we did risk assessment, and a number of things are displayed. Next slide, please. Then you have this. We came out with this. This is a very powerful tool. What is it? This is an early warning sign. Now, the first section tells you what should we do before the floods. Because in my community, people focus on what can government do, what can the corporations do. But this project is asking people, what can you do yourself? So before the floods, we educate the young people, community, what can they do? During the floods, what can they do? And after the floods, what can they do? And the focus of this is to make them resilient. The focus of this is to make them adaptable so that anytime it rains, they will not suffer the losses that they used to suffer. Next slide, please. So having designed this, we call that stakeholder engagement. The police, fire service, chiefs, imams, students, anybody or any identifiable groups, we summon them to talk to them and to mobilize their support. Why this? Because they were attempting to address floods from different perspectives. The police knows nothing about what the chief wants to do on flooding. The fire service has no information to share with the market women. So we brought them together and they went to the schools to talk to students. Hold on, please. Back, please. To the schools to talk to the students. Back, please. Okay. Back, can you come up, please? Okay. There are the schools to talk to the students. Why? Because we think that students are agents of change. They are able to carry the message to their parents back home, because in my community, some parents and grandparents are not educated. So they rely on the information that these students bring back home to live their lives. So we went to the schools. Then we went to the market to speak to these market women. There are several markets in my community. Anytime it rains, they suffer so much losses. These market women cannot come to forums like this. They can't come to CCDA, they can't fly planes. So we went there to carry the message and educate these market women on what they can do to reduce the loss that they suffer. Next slide, please. Look at this picture, please. Everybody should focus on this picture. Now, this man happens to be the overall manager of all the mechanic shops in my community. There are 42 mechanic shops. At this particular shop, what he's showing me there is that is the height that when it rains, the flood water reaches. Look at, even that height is even beyond the man and myself. So these are mechanic shops where you park Mercedes-Benz, Range Rover. And if imagine that the flood reached that level, what happens to your Range Rover, your Mercedes-Benz? These mechanics are taken to court, some, are fined, and they pay a lot of, money just to pay for people's cars. So we went there to talk to them how they can ensure that when it rains, they protect the properties of people's cars. Next slide, please. The police. When I was in Rwanda some 3 months ago, Dr. Mitika spoke about the nexus between climate change and health. nexus, climate change and food security, climate change and transport. This is a nexus between climate change and security. Because I submit to you that when it rains and the place is flooded, thieves and armed robbers get the opportunity to go and loot. Because places becomes inaccessible. And because it's inaccessible, people cannot reach their properties, they can't go to their shops. That is why you have armed robbers going to break people's property and stealing items. So I want to educate the police to conscientize them that there's a link between climate change and security, to help them on their policing, to ensure that we are safe. Next slide, please. Next, please.
Technology.
Internet. So basically, this project had extended its help to the community. Yes, I spoke to every group. There's no identifiable group in the community that we have not spoken to. We have reached to every group. We've gone to the community. Next slide. We've gone to the churches. We've gone to the mosque, artisan, market women, students, because we believe that climate change solutions does not only come from experts like you. It comes from people who don't even know the definition of climate change.
Yes.
Because when there's flooding and people lose their houses, properties, it's not about science or about experts, it's about what they have lost. So we went there to talk to them. This is the church. Next slide, please. To talk to them on what they can do. Because before they talked about government, about PANJA, about CCD, about African Union, people have capacity. People are able to do stuff. Now, this is what we achieved. We have increased public awareness. We have been able to situate climate change in the context of flooding so that they know why this is happening. We have taken a multi-stakeholder approach addressing the crisis. We have reached over 12,000 people with this message. Next slide. And then we have empowered young people, students, to become agents of change. Please play this video. So this video, less than 10 seconds, is my team. Look at them. Young people, moving, going to communities, going to the churches, the schools, because we are demonstrating that for us, it is not we are coming to conference like this to sit down, talk, write, and go home. We are saying that whatever we come to hear from here, whatever we come to participate from here, we have the capacity to take it back home. And that is what PANJA has done. PANJA bringing the African Youth Commission on board, the AACJ project, to implement such program. I thank you so much for attention and know that the young people we are here and we are taking the solutions to the communities. Thank you very much.